Buy calls or puts this morning? You gotta wait, bro. You can't just buy calls and puts. There's no setup. Very virtual. You think Powell's speech is gonna influence the market? Most of the times it does. No face cam, and we can't hear you, bro. What do you mean you can't hear me? You can definitely hear me. Yeah, you can hear me. Bro, from your perspective, do you think how much money could I make from your strategy? Subjective to a lot of things. How much do you have to start? How much time are you willing to put in? Where do you find these small stocks that just skyrocket in a week? The news, scanners, like Zerf said. Why did I get banned? You're gonna have to talk to Seth about that. Most likely for trolling. I mean, you probably already know. Like, I don't think you get banned out of nowhere, you know? Be right back, 1 second. If you can't hear me, it's because I'm not here. by his Bears today? Yeah, for the most part. There's actually a decent setup on the daily, but I'll tell him. I'll tell him to talk to you. Me and him, we'll probably like add you to a group chat or something. This is TC2000. No, no calls on Spy. You gotta wait, bro. You gotta explain to the chat that it doesn't work like that. Yeah, I mean, I do, but majority of people that ask that will just kind of continue to ask that, as if I don't put out alerts. Why does the hourly look like that? What is this wick from? We could get a setup site a little bit on SPY. Probably in the next like 30 minutes. Is that line the 20 MA on my 15-minute and 30-minute? Yeah. 5-minute is 20 also, but like you don't really use 5-minute for much. 1 minute just VWAP. Hourly 10, weekly 10, 20, 30, monthly same thing. And then I have a daily chart above me, which you guys can't see. And then I have my money printer open. This looks like a weak open. What up? Google calls. Probably not. Jerome speaking 20. Is he? Is that what it is? Is the stream still on? It said OBS disconnected. What the hell just happened? So weird. There we go. Have you seen an inside candle on the 15 but not the 30? Would you wait for the 30? Depending on the situation and the time. Within like the first hour, no, I'd just wait for the 15. But if it's later than that, then sometimes I'll wait for a 30. I'll usually take entry still though on the 15. I hope we get a SPY set up pretty soon. Would it have a lower risk to reward ratio? Depending on the setup. Do you always trade 0 DTE? For SPY day trades, yeah. No point to buy contracts that are further out if you plan on closing it the same day. hope we get a setup somewhat soon. Plus 52 Google call. Could be a thin candle close on the 15th. Well, this isn't really a setup anymore because look at your entry. Way down there. Pretty quiet day. Yeah, as of right now, it's only 7, so never know. nothing for SPY right now. Should get something soon though, I hope. How often do you just not take trades? What do you mean? How often do I not take trades? Like, I don't know, when there's no trade. This probably keeps getting stopped at 388. Well, it's at 388.68. I think you mean 389. Oh, there we go. Broke the trend line. Okay, we should get a setup like up here. Please. For puts, I'm not going to tell you that because you're just going to start buying stuff. If I tell you we might get a setup for puts, you're going to buy them now, so. Just buy calls. See, like, that's what I'm saying. Puts and calls everywhere. Just buy them all. Buy all of them. Everything. All in on black. This is TC2000. It's not a website. It's like a application or program that you download. And the subscription I have is $40 a month. So this is just charts and scans. Like that's why it says paper practice up top. Because I don't trade with this software. Like integrating your broker to this sucks. It's absolutely horrible. Buy them all, hurry. There's a good setup every call and put you can afford. Literally, though. It's how it is half the time. What do you think about Thinkorswim? I haven't really used it, but a lot of people like it. I think it's pretty good from what I've heard and seen. When you're getting into paper trading, when getting into trading, paper trading is the best way to start off. When getting into trading, paper trading is the best. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, unless you want to lose real money. You can lose real money or fake money. You're going to lose either way. So choose. The only problem with paper trading is it won't matter. Like, there's not going to be, there's no reason for you to win or lose. It's very hard for new traders to start paper trading and learn that way. Unless you can, like, really think of it as real money, but it's pretty hard. Are you a millionaire? A trillionaire? World's first. Look it up. It's on Google. I'm just starting to trade, currently using Webull. Would you recommend any other trading sites? I think you mean sites, like SITES, but Webull's pretty good. That's what I use for options. For now, you should be good on that. I want to join SAR, but I'm very skeptical considering it's a month. You think I would make some of my money back the same day if I joined? Well, I have no effect on market conditions, so if I could spawn a good setup for you, yeah. If you're skeptical, the first thing you should do is read the gains in the gains channel. Read the reviews in the reviews channel. Look at gains channel. Look at how it's working for other people. Like, you shouldn't be asking me, realistically. It's kind of dumb. Obviously, I'm going to say yeah. Just go look how it works for other people. And I'll tell you what. Other people have found very positive results with it. There's a reason that there's not a bad review. What broker do you use for swing trading? Cobra Trading. It's a direct access broker, so like it's a little bit faster. Only thing with that is I believe it has like a 30K account minimum. What a turd. I'm gonna join Let's Be Friends and drive around. Let's cruise on the highway. Is Webull valid for swing trades? Yeah, I like Webull. I've used this options account to swing trade like a lot of times. To Boston. Have you ever traded Forex? I have not. Why would you not want to use Webull for swings? I have no problem with Webull for swings. It's just direct access brokers get better fills, and I have short access. I do a lot of day trade, like shorting, small cap shorts like this, for example. I'm up like 14% on this. Presents a lot of opportunity. Can't take as much size, but opportunities commonly presented. There goes flush on BBBY. Knew that one was coming. Word, thank you. Never taken a swing yet. Yeah, conditions don't allow swings right now. Not as much as they used to, I'll tell you that much. AEHR is probably the only good one I've found recently. which is this is based on one of like our earning strategies. You can't short swings on Webull. You don't really have much short access on Webull. Webull's kind of ass, like, for complex trading. Like, it's really good for like options and just like normal swing trading. But like other than that, it's pretty much about it. What do I do if an options trade doesn't close? You sell at market. Options trade always close. It's user error. I've literally never had an issue to where a trade doesn't close. When I first started, I did because I didn't know what I was doing. SPY setup? Not really. I mean, technically, but risk to reward is shit if that were to like fall through or anything. How do you feel about small accounts risking more on day trades? Depends, like what percent are you risking? That's what matters. Bro, are you single? Bro. What? My brother. Pretty sure SHC is the one that just won the lawsuit. Or the settlement. My teacher told me to get off your live. I asked her what color her Lambo is. That's funny. Ask your teacher if she's short in small caps. So did you short PRE? Are strike prices different for everyone? No. Strike prices are... You gotta think about the options chain as like a menu. Like, let's say you're walking into a restaurant. Now you have a menu in front of you. You can choose your strike, your expiration date. And then there's a premium on that. So you have to pay what others are willing to pay. Ask for 2022 P&L. Maybe 5%. 5%'s a little much, but I would say depending on how small your account is, it might be fine. It's not really fine because that's a bit much, but whoa. Oh, fucking piece of shit. I forgot about this. 3 days ago. Let's check my flagged. How do I get rich overnight with zero effort involved? You gotta join the Discord. Instant trillionaire. Yeah, buy all the puts and calls. Just start buying all of them. Go on the options chain and everything you see, like, start buying, bro. Trust. Who taught you the SPY strategy? The other Brandon that works with us. And since then, I've been, like, working to optimize it. He's optimized it pretty well. How do you make money off TikTok? I don't. TikTok pays you. I got, like 20 million views, right? And I look at, they're like, oh, you have earnings. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, alright, whatever. $80. I'm like, you know what? Just keep it. They're like, oh yeah, if you want to get your $80, fill out this tax form. Like, it's fine, guys. Just keep it. It's all you. I don't want it. Do ask prices vary? Yeah. They do. Can you check Amazon? Nothing. Amazon. It's probably gonna fall to like 87.75, but other than that, there's nothing. Gee, you didn't even call out how you gonna tweet shout out for free money, because that's not a trade that I call out. The only thing I call out on Twitter is the SPY options. Check SPY. That strategy is something that we teach in our Discord, but you have to take a quiz to be able to get access to it. We have to make sure it's retard proof. Do you trade crypto? I used to. In the bubble. I didn't like actively trade crypto though, you know? Like I traded crypto when opportunity was presented, just like anything else. I mean, if there's opportunity, it doesn't really matter what the market is. Like obviously I won't take like Forex or futures or things like that I don't have accounts with, but like everyone has a Coinbase and stuff. Retard proof, yeah, well, unfortunately, with shorting, you can get pretty fucked. You can end up in debt, let me just say that, if you don't know what you're doing. So that's why we make sure that it's retard proof. This had a pretty good recovery. What's your opinion on the whole Tate situation? I haven't really looked into it much. What keyboard do you have? Fucking, I don't even know, dude. Let's pick this thing up. I got Glorious GMMK2. It's actually pretty fire. And I just got what the fuck? How did that just happen? And I just got this, what's it called? This little Grove Made mouse pad. This thing is fire. It's a little gray, like, felt one. How old are you? 19. How old are you, bro? That's a real question. Everyone's been asking. They're like, how old is the dot? Everyone wants to know. I don't know why, but... Where you cop the mouse pad from? Grove Made. I'm actually gonna go on their site real quick. They have hella shit. Ergonoffice. That's what... I want to get this fucking desk, dude. From ERGONOFIS. Probably get it when we get a house. His desk is actually so fire. If a ask price is 1.80, do you have to buy it for 180 or can you buy it for less? Well, what do you think? If I'm selling you my shirt, right? And I'm telling you, I'm not going to sell it to you for less than $1.80. Are you somehow going to magically buy it for less? Probably not, especially when the bid is $179. It's kind of how that works. Your bid is not what you're going to get filled at. Ask is what you're going to get filled at. If you're buying contracts, you're going to have to pay ask the majority of the time. Getting filled on bid is like, it's just not really going to happen. Especially when it comes to like day trades and like you want to get in quick. Can't sit around and expect someone to fill you for a super low price. Damn, just turned 19. I'm about to turn 20 actually. It's kind of crazy to think like it's honestly really crazy. Would you say options or drop shipping has been more profitable for you when you started? I mean, definitely like options, but just trading in general. And the only reason I say that is because I've put a lot more time and effort into it. Could I have done good with drop shipping or a lot better than I did? Yes. But it's a lot different. Like trading is something that sparks my interest much more than drop shipping. If you're looking for quick money, then it really doesn't matter where you are, like what market you're in, what you're trying to sell, what you're doing. But if you actually want to like enjoy something and have something that has a lot more longevity, then I'd say trading's where it's at for sure. Quick money, that could be made anywhere. Brando or Morg on the bench max, who beats who? I don't know, probably Brando. How do you feel about Tesla 106P? I mean, that's not a horrible idea, but there's a lot better ideas out there. Will this happen? Yeah, maybe. Honestly, it's decently likely. But there's no setup, really. There was a bit ago. I don't know. I'd probably stay out of that if I was you. It's pretty close, but I have to use. I don't know. I feel like it really depends on the day, you know? Brando comes in sometimes and he's like I'll go to spot him and he's like fucking like growling. Bro, what are you doing, tweaker? And then he'll bench like 2 plates out of nowhere. It's like, what? It's only when he comes in like that, though. Like, normal days, like, we're pretty much even. Do you prefer Robin or Weeble? Weeble? What other kinds of trading should I look into instead of just options in terms of long-term sustainable income? Well, I would never consider trading income, right? When it comes to trading, you're looking to maximize the long-term growth as quick as possible and as efficiently as possible. So you should have an exit plan with trading, but you should have something that you can live off of if you have a small account. So if you have a small account, you're going to struggle for a little bit. You're not going to be, it's not going to be consistent income. There's no time where you're going to get like money that just falls out of the sky over and over and over. There are some strategies you could consider income, like the shorting strategy, you know, opportunity is presented pretty often. Money does actually kind of fall out of the sky, but there's always those times where the cycles don't work for you and it's just not consistent. It's just really not like, it's not consistent enough to be income. And especially the more you take out, the less you will compound. So I like to keep it all in the account. Scalping, I wouldn't really consider that income. Do you live off your trading income, or do you have another job slash stream of income? Well, I don't really have much expenses. So, I don't really need like a lot of money to like constantly be coming out, you know? I mean, I push a decent amount through my bank account, but like for the most part, it's all trading. Scalping with a nice account size. Even then, like, I just don't really see that as income. Good thing I have a trade skill just in case things go south. Well, yeah, I mean, as a human, you should have skills in like many other topics. You shouldn't just be a little like person that can only do one thing, you know? If you can only do one thing for money, you are fucked. When I joined, sorry, you're posting in the Lambo. You see a spy setup? No, do you? How the fuck is this on the volume scan? It has like no volume. I guess if it's abnormal. It's weird. Of course, I don't want to work a 9 to 5 forever. That's why I'm looking into options at 21. Good advice. Yeah, I would say the best thing that you could possibly do, especially if you're a new trader, is focus on generating money in wherever you can, somewhere you already know how to make money, whether that's a normal job, something online, whatever it is. Like, as long as you can have income coming in, you'll be fine. Because you're going to lose some money in the process of learning to trade, and that's just how it's always going to be. Like, no one starts off just absolutely killing it right away. I mean, we wish, right? But in reality, it's probably not going to be like that. So as long as you can have some sort of like funding to fund your account, and then once you know a lot, then you'll be good. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from Tesla. It's in a downtrend. If you look at hourly, I mean, this just topped out at like this range. Then we have all this room to continue lower, so I would say this is probably going to end up at like 100 by the end of this week. Would I place a trade based on that opinion? No. Should you? No. I would say best thing right now is just sit on your hands as of now. We need those good setups. For how long did you trade on a demo before you started on a live account? I started on a live account, actually. And I do think that helped my progression, but also hurt it because, you know, losing money, not fun, but it kind of forces you to figure out how to win. And you'll try harder when it's real money, especially when you start losing, which you will. It's just the unfortunate truth. There's ways that you can prevent your losses or start off to a much better start, which is the whole reason why I created the Discord. A lot of new traders come in, and they struggle a little bit at first because they think they know everything, and then they realize, oh shit, I know nothing. You know more than me. Teach me. And then I'll teach them, and they have a sense of direction, and that's really all it is. There's sense of direction in a lot of places, but finding a good one is probably the most important. You're either going to lose money trading or spend money learning to trade. So you're going to lose time and money trading, right? Or you join something like my service, right? And technically that would be like you're losing money. I mean, in a sense, you're just paying for a service in reality. And that will prevent you from losing a lot of time, which is extremely important, and a lot of money. Tesla call setup, maybe? I'm going to avoid that. If it was Friday, then maybe. But I will likely stay out of that. AEHR just got good volume. I did not even notice that. It's a good sign. Expecting more volatility when CPI comes out? Of course. CPI always goes crazy. Good luck today. I'm going to be a wagey. Alright, later, bro. SPY 15-minute look any good for possible setup? No, not right now. I recommend you watch the video that I posted on the BBKC strategy. It sucks, bro. I'm like 16,500 because I've been demo trading for the last half year. Told my parents if I can use their ID and they won't let me. Well, then you just gotta keep on studying. There's nothing you can really do about that situation. I get that it sucks, but in reality, you probably think that you know a lot more than you do. So it may be good that you don't have access to that yet, but it may not be. Can't get it set up even if we paid for one. Yeah, that's just how it is sometimes. Would you ever make a video on how you have your brokerage set up? Probably not on like my actual account. There's not really much you can do in terms of like setting up a broker. I think, do you mean like chart setup? How can I schedule my day working a 9 to 5 and do trading at the same time? I have been trading in secret during work hours. Well, yeah, I mean, that gets tricky. And it's difficult because, I don't actually know your exact schedule or your financial situation or your situation at home. There's a lot of things that play into it. But I'm sure you could probably figure out something that works best for you. There's this thing called Trading Sim, so you can replay like how the day went or a specific day, and you can practice trading. So if you wanted to just pick like a straight up random day, so you know nothing that happened throughout that day, and just try to trade, I think it's like $300 or something, but it's pretty good. I know a few people that have learned on there. And then once you're able to build up enough capital, and then like, let's say you don't have any expenses like rent, car, whatever it is, like if you don't have any expenses and like your parents are cool with you like living at home or whatever for a little bit while you already just gained all that knowledge and now you start trying to use your actual money, then it could be good. That is pretty much how I would say. That's like about the only idea I would have, or like the most common way of doing things. Do you have a vid of a live options trade from buying the contract to selling? I don't. And you use notifications, that way you're not staring at the charts all day. Yeah, I mean, in a sense, that would work. Have you made any trades today? Yeah. I did make one short PRE. I covered a bit right here. The rest I'll cover at the end of the day, but this is something that majority of people don't have access to. So this is a hard to borrow as well. You have to locate the shares and then pay fees. And you also need to have a pretty decent sized account. Is it possible to make one? To make a video of me doing an option trade? I could probably do that. I don't know how that would work. I could figure something out, though, for that. That'd be interesting. I'm going to write that down. That's a pretty good video idea. Like, if I was to take an actual live trade. I like that idea. So I guess I would have like my camera set up on, and then the charts up, and then showing my what's it called? And then like a screen recording also, so I can like throw that up on the screen. Live trade showing camera charts up. That's actually pretty interesting. Do you say how big your account is or keep it private? For the most part, I just don't really talk about it because I don't know, it doesn't really benefit anyone. Like, what would benefit people is me talking about percent gain or I don't know, just anything actually useful. Maybe I will, like, further down the line. But for now, I just don't really see it. Doesn't help anyone. Like, all these people on Twitter and YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, any sort of social media platform that all they do is show their account size, like, they're probably fucking retarded. Because that's all that they can talk about is how much they've made or all this. Like, they don't have any thoughts about, like, analysis or what's going on. You'll see the people that provide you with the most useful information typically don't show their account size. Maybe like here and there, but for the most part, they just kind of, maybe they'll say it, and if you believe it or not, I don't know. There's a lot of things. Put up your P&L. I'm pretty sure you get like banned for that, and also that doesn't help you. Do you ever use supply and demand for your trading? Okay, so supply and demand. I'm just going to change this 1 minute chart to the daily, right? So I have these lines. Like you probably see I have lines everywhere. I don't know why this wick is so big. That's a glitch. So I have these lines everywhere, right? This would be like, in a sense, supply and demand, because we have this area like where it bounces off. Then we have this area like trapping in where this price was bouncing, also leaving some sort of a gap here from this move to this move, which this ended up going through that, failing right around this range. And I took a short on that back down to the bottom of the range, right? So in a sense, like, you could look at it as supply and demand. I look at it more as like just where price is prone to bounce. And then you can see now we're staying in this trend line. So if we look at a different time frame, this going up builds another range. So I'm more focused on like ranges, price ranges, rather than actual supply and demand. But I guess you could say so. How much longer are you going to stream for? Probably not too much longer. Doesn't seem like much is going on. That's true. That's why I respect you, because it's not just constant, look at what I have, but actual information that you can apply and get the same results. Exactly. That's the whole thing. Like, what matters if I'm getting I can't speak. What matters if I'm getting the results versus if you're able to replicate the results based off the information I provide. If I'm providing you information, the only thing that I'm providing you is, look, bro, I just made 100K. how can you do that? That doesn't help you do that. It just makes you want to do it. You're like, oh, I want to learn from you. But then in a sense, that person that's showing you that will never teach you how they did that because they don't even fucking know how they did that. It's like the same thing with that kid on Twitter that made like 600K or whatever, blew his account the second the market flipped. Like literally from here up was just like straight gains. It was like if you had 5 IQ, you could have made a fuck ton of money in this market. And a lot of people did. The second this hit, they kept chasing it and trying to get these results. You don't get these results. Like, this is, like, not common. This is a market bubble. From peak COVID, right, all the way up is a 41% move. Everyone knows on average SPY moves about, like, 11% per year, maybe even less, maybe sometimes a little bit more, but that's just the average. So when you end up getting something that's not a perfect market condition, and then you have traders that are struggling, and they're no longer posting their account size or these gains, you can tell they're fucking retarded. And that's just the reality of trading. 99.8% of traders fail statistically. And now that's not based on everyone who tries. That's just because, like, everyone can open their phone, download Robinhood, start placing a trade. You would be considered a trader, and you'd likely fail. But you get the point. Most people are just like, I don't know. They don't know what they're doing. A lot of people don't know what they're doing. And that's why you see these kids who post on, like, Twitter and stuff, and they're like, oh, I'm taking this options trade with a 20% stop loss. It's like, bro, what? That doesn't make any sense. They have no sense of risk management. They don't know where to put stops. There's no strategy. Like, if I were to take a trade and I say, oh, yeah, if this option contract loses 20% of its value, I'm stopped out. I've had times where I'm down like 60, 70, even 80% on a contract. It's right near stop, and then boom, it flips. Like, let's say for yesterday's trade, for example, right? Let's get this dumbass wick out of here. So yesterday's trade, for example, right? Right here we have, that arrow is probably so small for you guys. But right here we have the reversal candle, right? And I entered when it took out this low. This ended up going way back up here, right near stop. I was down like 20, 30%. And then what do you know? All of a sudden, now I'm up 150 plus percent. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people panic sold because they're used to being told, like, oh, set your stop loss 20%. 20% stop loss in your option contract. Like, bro, I'll lose 50% of the contract and I won't give a shit because I understand how to size properly. If you're sizing with, let's say, 5% of your account, then yeah, a 20% stop loss would make sense because you don't want to be risking more than a certain amount. But that's why you have to size down. Like, I usually put 1% of my account into options. Smaller accounts can put, anywhere up to like 4%, but you're assuming that you get stopped out for only half, so you'd be realistically risking 2%. 2% is about the max when it comes to risk, and you'll see that with a lot of people. So nothing for SPY today. Well, can't predict the future, but what it looks like is no. It's 8 o'clock, so this is about the time when I would kind of stop trading or stop like watching. Let's see how I'm doing over here. Okay, doing pretty good. I covered some of my position and I have a stop loss right around break even. I could probably move this down a little. I'm going to move this down. Make this stop loss a little tighter. We'll go with 2.9. Okay, so now I have a profited position. I have 2 profitable positions that are, if they stopped out, it would actually secure even more profits. So that would create a risk-free position, or that creates 2 risk-free positions actually. So this position right here, AEHR, full strategy breakdown on why I took this trade is in my Discord, and how you can catch these trades just like this every single time.
through the scan setups that we provide and the strategy. So knowing when to enter, where to put your stop, when to exit, everything just like that. This as well as a strategy that we teach, shorting strategy. So this I shorted open. It meets a certain criteria. We provide the criteria in the scan as well, as long as you can pass the test for this one and you have at least a $30,000 plus account, because that is what's required for the broker of our preference, and probably should be your preference as well when it comes to locates and fees. So there's a few trades that I was able to take, and then also, so this was one strategy, this was another strategy, and then I constantly am looking out for another strategy. So I have 4 strategies that I use in combination, which will keep me outperforming the markets because I'll always have opportunity presented. So that is really important, like constantly having opportunity and then having a good win rate and risk to reward with each strategy. So as long as those strategies are profitable and then you have opportunity presented for each one, on a monthly, weekly, whatever it is, you're going to end up with typically around a trade per day. And let's say you can average, 0.25% to 1% per day. You're going to make a lot of money. If you do 1% per day compounded, and let's say you're on even a small account, you can see it adds up really quick. Larger accounts adds up even quicker. But 1% per day doesn't seem like a lot, but it is, especially when it's consistent. You can hit that almost 252 days out of the year, or however many trading days there are. Did you sell your TikTok account at Han at LF? Yes. And then Trading with Morgan got banned, and OTS has been banned. I hope that makes sense, though, for you guys. Like, the reason that I have 4 strategies and the reason that the short strategy is kind of kept secret, even if you are in the Discord, just because it's like safety reasons. We don't want some dumbass full porting. Then he gets gapped up on a swing, and now he owes money. That is the last thing we would want to see. Just kind of goes to show, like, we want you to make money rather than just purchase a service. Because we could just give out that strategy, but it's like, why the hell would we do that when you can lose on that? I feel like SPY goes lower from here, to be honest. Consolidating under this range. I've seen something similar to this before in terms of price action. I don't really remember what happened. I believe it flushed from here, though, like wicked up and then flushed. This is a pretty strong recovery, though, so I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to wait until like 11:30. This little piece of shit needs to go higher. PRE lower, please. Set my alarm for cover. 12:55. Alright, I think that is about it for today. Does anyone have any questions before I go? Possible setup for Netflix. I wouldn't trade specific stocks like that. I would trade indexes. Your best bet is to keep it to SPY. And then you can use TradingView with our algo to chart on ES1. It'll tell you exactly when to buy, when to sell. And then also has a built-in strategy tester, so you can see it's profitable. Right here I'm looking at 49.8% profitable over 55 total closed trades with a max drawdown of 19%. So stats are pretty good on that. Netflix, is it setting up? Yeah, but I guess this isn't too bad. If this was higher, then I would have no issue taking that. Like if this was at like 338, somewhere around there. But just based on where it is, I don't really know about that. Tesla. Tesla has a long setup. Maybe revert back to middle band. Who knows? quite possible. I'm not going to get in that, though. Contracts expire on Friday, so not going to move as good as you would want them to. Tesla, question mark. How do you feel Tesla 15 minute? Alright, well, I think that about wraps it up for today. The only thing I'm going to be looking at is SPY 15 minute for the rest of the day. Maybe I'll go through this volume scan and see if there's anything I see, but for the most part, there's not really much intraday setups on things like this. Or well, there are, but I don't really haven't really found a good strategy for it. And it's not something that I'm interested in either. But yeah, that will be about it.